Check, mic check, 1 2 1 2. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Gaming Daily Live. Happy Tuesday, May 26th. Oh man, this month is just flying by. Little teaser for the people that are here live. My birthday is in a few days. I'm not gonna spoil when it is, not gonna dox it, but if you know, you know. And if you see this, then you know, maybe you'll get a chance to know. Dimmy in the Blaze chat. What up, Dimmy? Good to see you, man. Happy Tuesday. Thank you for being here. AE in the Twitter chat. I appreciate you being here, man. Guys, man, what a time to be back. Hope you guys had a good Monday, good Tuesday, good weekend. 3-day weekend. Shout out to all the veterans out there. Happy belated Memorial Day. Quick, let's just quickly talk about the weekend, man. Happy wedding. Congratulations. Major congrats to Sam and Sarah. They tied the knot over the weekend. We flew to California to witness it firsthand. It was incredible. Very, very lucky and honored and privileged to be there. Peyton, Dub, my girlfriend, Owen, Koji was in the building. Knock was there. I mean, this photo is just kind of goated. Sam, Matt, obviously met Sam's parents. Phil was in the building. It was an incredible weekend. It was very, very nice to be there. But we are back, and also like just traveling. I mean, 7-hour travel there, 7 hours back. It was a lot, but I wouldn't have missed it for the world. Congratulations to Sam, Sarah. We absolutely love you guys. They were always inevitable. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, today we have an incredible episode. I'm very excited to have on El Hexa, a really cool game being built on Sonium in the StarTale app. We're going to talk to them, learn all about it. Veteran game developers. So they've been live since April. So really, really cool. But before we bring them on, we got to shout out the sponsors that make this show possible. We got Blaze and we got YGG Play all the way over there. If I take this down, guys, we support the people that are supporting me in crypto gaming. So huge shout out to YGG Play and Blaze. But enough said about that. My guest today is Sakura, the co-founder and CEO of El Hexa, which, as I said, just launched in April. It's a live card RPG being built on Sonium and StarTale, and the entire thing is built around one idea: no ceilings. There's no cap on how far you can build your hero, no limit on what you can own. And we're going to get into exactly what that means and whether it actually holds up. So stay tuned for that. And without further ado, Sakura, welcome to the stage.
Hi.
Good morning.
Hi,
It
I
is
see.
very early in
Good morning.
Taiwan.
It's
So
very early in Taiwan.
I appreciate you so much for taking the time to come on to the show. How are you doing?
Yeah, very good. So, hi everyone. So, I'm Sakura from Taiwan and the builder of El Hexa. So, let me introduce myself and my team and the game for the first
Please.
place. And so the game was built around 2024 and has a very short time, very short pre-alpha test around like 2024 April, I guess, 1 years ago. And it's originally built by Seven Quarter Game Company based in Taiwan, but currently the game is separated and not it's kind of the team has separated from Seven Quark, but it's still building. So at the moment, we cooperate with no one during 2024. So it's a very hard time. And after that, we likely online for like 3 months at on 2024, and then the fun it's a sad story that the many game team experience like we are cut off from the fundings, so the game closed. And after a year, we found Sonium and the StarTale team, and we cooperate with them and try to bring them on chain. Since the game back to 2024 is actually just testing. It's a test, and the game at that moment actually doesn't doesn't have didn't have the battle system at all. So the game currently have battle system and fully functional on chain, and everything is working quite smooth. We have about
I want to hear more about that, Sakura, but if I can just interject real quick, my apologies. So that I mean, I think that's such a fascinating story that you guys
yeah.
were building the game and then ran out of funding, ran into some issues, and then ended up finding a second chance with Sonium. So I think that's really remarkable and incredible. What can you talk to me more about that? Like, did you guys have any interest in crypto blockchain beforehand? Did you learn about it through Sonium? Like, take me
Oh
back to that. How did that kind of work?
yeah. Uh, Back to 2024, we are actually not a crypto game company, and all our experience, we are experience game development studio for over 20 years, but not very uh, not very familiar with crypto gaming. So at that moment, we kind of built the game too big, too big to control. So we like to run out run out of funding very fast. So after the game closed, we actually try to make the game more sustainable
Mhm.
and make the game uh, self-funded. What I mean is that back to 2024, the game actually consumes pretty heavy on servers, and all
Okay.
the team is quite big. So, but it's not very controllable at that moment.
Mhm.
So the project has stopped. And after I pick up everything from ruins and try to rebuild the game, I realized that the game is very important to be self-funded. And
Mm.
so I managed to change the policy of the project's direction. So the most important for me now is to make a game that uh, yeah, for the game like this on chain, and you need a server, and you need to do some customer support, and there is some fixed uh, cost for the
Mhm.
game. So that part should be as small as possible, especially server cost. So we actually did a lot about the servers, and now we are supporting like more than 30K players. The
Mm.
game is actually more than 30K players. But back to 2024, we actually have just hundreds of players, but the server cost now is actually smaller than that about 2024.
How
So
did you
we
guys
did a
achieve
lot
that? Was it just through the architecture of the game or
a lot a lot a lot a lot of works like more than half a year optimizations and the tests. So I guess it's all about where you put where you put the efforts on. Because initially we are thinking that we are going to have a high quality arts and many things that looks good and feels good, and you try to bring up the game as fast as possible. But there are actually many infrastructure problems.
Hmm.
So so we like try to get rid of all the technical issues. Of
Very cool.
course, of course that involves many technical analysis
Yeah.
like the server and the network and the client performance. So we actually sink a lot of time. It's basically time, not
Yeah.
money, not a question of money. So if you want to want to tune up a game, and then actually it pays off. Yeah.
Congrats. Yeah.
So yeah.
I recently saw another game that like had a reduction in like 10x of their server costs, and it's so important for the the sustainability and the profitability of the game. um Sakura, I'm curious, how did Sonium come into the picture? How did you guys connect with them, meet with them, and then kind of decide to work with them?
Yeah, that's another great story. I would say because you know Sonium is not a very not a big chain. It's Sonium is never a big chain, and we uh, back to 2024, we actually thinking I think too much. Is something that we think too much, then we likely to choose chains. We actually talk to many main layer one chains like Sui and Say and a lot more like a base abstract and anything you can think. You can think that the names. But at that moment, I want to actually our team discuss a lot about which chain should we cooperate, and which one is good. And it turned out that it's not. I'm not sure, but it turned out that the discussion is not worth it because you have to you have to you have to walk your first pace and first
Yeah.
step. Yeah.
Yeah.
So thinking about which chain is the best for you is actually useless. So at that moment, we do a lot of choices, but we didn't make the first step to cooperate at least with one chain. So it turned out that we didn't cooperate with anyone. So
Yeah. Good.
so the game didn't actually on chain. Yeah.
Hmm.
So that's a sad story. And then we are cut off with the fundings, and everything stops.
Right.
And so after 1 year, I'm thinking that we probably don't want to think too much at the moment that that maybe that there will be the same mistake. So
Hmm.
so then I talked to my friend, and they say, oh yeah, I was heard that Estonian has is going to do something like an app,
Hmm.
and they are asking for some games to
Hmm.
participate, and I think they have a reward or something, and but my friend didn't give me any more details. So I sent the program. They always have a web page for the program, right?
Yeah.
So I filed the program and send our demo to Sony, and they say, well, oh, that looks great. So and that's that's just cooperate. I think at that moment they are not thinking too much, and that's
Yeah.
good. So they just think, oh, it's another good looking game, and no one knows what it will happen. So so I think that it's a good chance that we bring it actually online, online and on chain.
Hmm.
So so that's a completely new experience for us because we never put the game actually on chain. So so this time I'm thinking that I'm not going to think about is Sonian big enough or is user will the user be enough for me to support the game? Oh, that's just forget about the questions and bring it on chain first.
Yeah.
So
I,
yeah,
oh, sorry. I was just gonna say. I mean that that is the right approach, right? Focused on
yeah,
actually building a sustainable game. Is the only thing that really matters. So, it took a lot of games, shot themselves in the foot and ended up, failing because they didn't place enough
yeah,
work into that. They just kind of launched and hoped that it would work out, but were quickly, um,
yeah.
mistaken.
So I think the most important thing to me, and I learned uh recently is that you at least you need to bring the game to the market,
Hmm.
and then the players will respond with how they play the game, and for enough feedbacks from the players, you actually you actually make make some more modifications and priority change about all your future roadmaps, and you're going to move this into the fast path development and do this first, do that later, and
Hmm.
player actually don't respond great
Yeah.
for some uh, functions. So some gameplay that is not so good. So we can actually change them, or
Yeah.
something that player thinks is very good. So we expand the like the boss fight and the dungeons. They like it very much. So so we
Well,
kind
I
of
want to ask
bring
more
that.
about, the players and kind of how you're getting them and all that stuff, but let's back up just a little bit, Sakura. I'd love to hear
Okay.
more about the game, El Hexa, kind of like how it came to be, why you made this game, what about the game inspired you to make it this way? Like what was the original inspiration and drive behind the game? It's obviously on the Startale app, but it's in Telegram, so it's one of these kind of mobile, RPGs, which are really really popular in Asia. So I would just love to hear more about, the backstory of El Hexa. The funding and everything is incredible, but like specifically the game
Okay.
design and gameplay. And I've got it, yeah, up on the screen here.
Okay.
Even the
You
artwork,
know that.
I'll just say, sorry to cut you off, Sakura. The artwork is gorgeous. It's incredibly beautiful and really kind of visually striking, which a lot of these games have this style, the waifu anime, but this is
Yeah.
like, I would say like a premium version of it. It just looks so well done.
Yeah. So the first place is that I like waifu games. So you know a lot of Eastern players like waifu games because it's basically an idea from Japanese anime, and then of course later in Korean and Chinese games. So I think I'm because it's a mini game, and actually it's not so mini now, but it's still a mini game on Startail app or mobile. Like you mentioned, it was playable still playable on Telegram.
Mm-hmm.
And then we want to make a game that you can actually gacha a lot. Yeah.
Mm.
So you are not limited by how many gachas you can actually do. But that's a good part, good starting point. And we want to make a gacha game. So you will need to make a gacha game that you have a lot of cards. Yeah. And after you have the idea, you are actually think of one thing that uh what can I do to so many cards?
Mm-hmm.
That's the major gameplay point. That if when you have a lot of cards, you are going to synthesize it and merge cards and bring those cards you don't want as materials and make what you like your main team and you can build with with actually no limit. And what
How
I
many
mean,
cards are
no,
in the game right now, Sakura?
uh, that's a good question, and we don't have an answer because that is not the that is not how the game works. And
Mm.
the game is like you gotcha the cards, and all the cards are based on RNG. So
Mm.
the game does have some signature characters, but we have a lot of characters that when they appear, they actually have random states and random
Mm.
skills and everything random. So
Cool.
what you are aiming is that specific states combinations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what makes it fun is that everyone's team will look like totally different.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we managed to try to create as many portraits as we can, and
Mm-hmm.
of course we put some signature characters like you can see on your screen. That's Ascarion. It's a just just ended events that limited boss character you can get,
Mm-hmm.
and players are very enthusiastic to 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 fight with her and get
Mm-hmm.
a card, and which this card is not gotchable.
Mm.
Yeah, so the main point is that the states and the skills are random, and they do have some signature characters, and all those cards you think that the combination is no good, you can actually transmute them and turn the cards into materials like
Okay.
this. Right? Like this, your on your screen,
Mm-hmm.
the right side character is Chisai Honoka, which is a signature character, and the left side is we said that is normal character. They have everything random and also the portraits. We kind of like having 15K portraits, and
Wow.
we also have the signature characters that is also random on stage.
Very
So
cool.
your Honoka is not my Honoka. It will have not. It will have different states, and
Got it.
so when you don't when you think you gotcha some Honoka that is not good enough, you have two choices. And the first is that transmute it and it turns to skill shards and experience books. And whenever you get good Honoka, you can sink all your resources on the good one,
Right.
or
Right.
you
Right.
can or you can trade with the market. The game has a you can see the third button on the button is trade.
Yeah.
So the game utilize a in-game trading system that is currently is off chain. So you can
Okay.
actually trade a game, trade all the cards on the market. You can, yeah, here, and
Mm-hmm.
you tap the cards, you tap the cards, and you can see the random orders. Yeah, that's random orders, and you can see players actually trade cards on the market, and it is very players players actually very enthusiastic discussing which card is great and what skill is great, and of course about the ultra rare cards that has unique 5 stars skills.
Yeah.
So the main idea is you can actually build a team that no two players will have identical team building. Yeah, for most games currently on the market, uh, they have actually identical best team, right? Like you play Genshin Impact, and people will actually discuss about the team, and you will see that it the the market is the market is will be very fast to conclude that which team is the best in some conditions. So it is very hard to discuss with players that how to bring the game with more diversity, that the game building, because if the diversity is not controlled, and then it will actually make no main game gameplay point.
Right.
So yeah, so diversity is not always very always diversity is not always good in this perspective, because players actually need you to tell them that how can I build a good team.
Mhm.
So we are trying to bring it like we have a direction. We tell you that warriors need strength, and archers need the uh, dexterity. So so there is actually the direction, and how good you can achieve it is your choice. You want
Yeah.
two archers, or one archer, or some kind of team that because I got a waifu in rogues, so I put a lot of rogues. Yeah,
Let
that's
me
your choice.
Well, I've got a few questions here, Secure, and thank you for that. And real quick, I'll just shout out Subasa in the Blaze chat, NFT Heli, Doji, Ice and Dark, AE. Appreciate y'all tuning in on Twitch. We are live on multiple platforms, and it's always me responding to the comments. Shout out to you guys.
Okay.
Secura, man, I've got a bunch of questions. So real quick, you said the trading marketplace is not on chain, but are any of the cards on chain, or are any of the aspects currently happening on chain? I'm curious about that.
Okay. Yeah. Currently on chain is basically the purchase. You can the game is actually support only on chain transactions
Oh,
to
cool.
to buy the cards, or to buy crystals, like the crystals. So the game is basically all on chain transactions that you, if you want to support or purchase the cards. And the second one is that the soulbound NFT now is still minting, because we put a heavy gate on the soulbound NFT minting, that you need to complete the gameplay, the bingo card. You can go to the home by clicking the El
Yeah.
Hexa logo at the top, and
Uh,
you yeah.
Yep.
So if you complete the card, you can actually mint the soulbound NFT.
Got
So
it.
you go back the sixth button.
Uh,
No, no, no.
go back, you
Yeah,
said?
go back. Yeah, go
Yep.
back. And that's an NFT button.
Yes, here.
Yeah,
Yep. So these
yeah.
are your
You can,
SBTs. Yeah.
yeah, the first SBT, and it's about 60 or 70% NFT minted. already.
Congrats. I think it was
Yeah,
a,
and
a small limit or quantity, 777, correct?
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
correct. And
And so
it
what?
was
Yeah.
it
So
was just
mhm.
I would say that because the heavy gate is the first one, complete bingo card number one, and that's a really hard one. So if we don't have the high wall, the NFT might be minted like just in 10 minutes, I guess. Yeah. So
You gotta solve your own Sudoku puzzle. It's like a Bitcoin.
yeah,
You gotta solve the puzzle
you
first.
need to play the game. You need to play the game actually a
I
lot.
like that. Play to
To,
mint is a
yeah,
good
you play to
good
mint,
method.
and the mint itself is free. So you
Nice.
have to pre. So the NFT is actually a reward. A
Mhm.
reward or a a trophy for players that actually play the game.
Yeah.
So
What are some of
the
the like utilities or benefits of the SBT? Just
yeah,
curious.
you got daily bundles, and the bundle is really good because they give
Oh, okay.
you
Yep. Right here.
premium tickets. And
Cool.
after we are going to for the token generation events, you actually benefit from the token drop, and
Yep. Of
you
course.
actually set the NFT as your in-game portrait, like your portrait is a great one, and you see the ranking, you can see other players has the NFT minted, so they can use the portraits. And we are going to bring some tradable NFT too in the near future. So
Cool.
that's the second part of the game that we will bring more wife portraits. So yeah,
Never enough. You can
and
never have enough. Secure, you mentioned the token, so let me ask about that. Are there plans for a TGE, a token? How are you guys thinking about that? I mean, like I assume that, and maybe before we get there, can I just go back real quick? Because when you're trading here, you've got, I guess, in-game credits. I guess trading credits, so you can, buy and sell and trade whatnot there. I guess like
yeah.
for comparison, like these 75 trading credits, I mean, is this like a dollar, a few dollars? Is it, $50? What this list price here of 75 tokens, like roughly how much is that? Is it a lot or not a lot? Oh, sorry, I'm not
Uh,
sharing this tab. I apologize.
okay. So you have the first tab that overview. So
Mhm.
you can go to the tab overview.
Yep.
Yeah, get credits.
Yep.
You click the get credits, the
Yep.
top at the top.
Yep.
The it actually is one versus one
Okay.
for the crystals. So it's about like one token is like 0.1 or $2. Yeah.
Okay. Pretty cheap.
So some yeah so some UR cards, and we set some floor price for this version one trading market, because if we don't set the floor price, they
Right.
were flooded with bots or something.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure. And Subasa in the Blaze chat was asking about the Honakai, saying that it's, priced so high, 5,000 more than, most of these other cards. But
Yeah,
that's because it's
that's the player set up. You
ah,
can actually set yeah, you can it is freely set by players,
got it.
not below the floor price. Every
Got it.
card has a floor price. Yeah.
Cool.
So we are actually bringing something that when we get we'll get to the TGE, and we are thinking about how we can use the token with the game. That
Sure.
is majorly about the trading. I guess you can imagine that
Mhm.
there will be certain connection with the current trading credits with the token. That's
Got
for
it.
sure. But the mechanism we are still we are still thinking because token is actually a very hard to control thing.
Yes.
Yeah, because it's something very unfamiliar with us. So we are actually still calculating and need more advice about our tokenomics. And we talk about tokenomics with Sonian team too,
Cool.
because I think that is very important for us that you will connect with NFT minting and trading and the in-game purchase and the sort of things. And
Yes.
so actually the game is currently it's a pure on-chain game that you can actually purchase currently with the stable coins. You can purchase the game with stable coins, but we are developing that you can actually purchase the game with other tokens. That is our token or the chain or other chains token
Hmm.
that is support more. That yeah. So in the future that when we can step into the TGE, then and the ownership of NFT is very important. It's more like like traditional crypto games that you because the NFT owner is something like investors. So
Hmm.
you will get your cut. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I wish you the best in that. I appreciate you saying like, "Hey, we need more advice." We're talking to, the teams
Yeah.
and trying, thinking about it deeply. I would encourage you to keep doing that work because the unfortunate reality for so many crypto games is that they really didn't have well designed tokenomics and tokens, and the games didn't have the scale, the player base, the momentum required to sustain a token. It's a very, very difficult thing, and
Yeah.
in almost all of the cases we really haven't seen it work yet. And so I'm that, but that's one of the things that makes me very interested and excited about what Sonium is doing, because I think that they bring not only another perspective, another kind of cultural aspect, obviously the backing of Sony Block Labs, and the expertise and the history, where I think if they see something, or clearly they see something in NFTs and blockchain and this technology. And so I'm really interested to see the games and the apps that get developed in their ecosystem, because I'm hoping that where so many people ended up failing, they can make some innovations and find more success. But it is a very difficult problem to solve. And I think my personal opinion is that many teams and games did not have very elegant or even uh um even just very good solutions. And one of the problems that people many people had was they said, well, if our game hits 100,000 or 1 million players, and all of these things are happening when we're making $1 million, well then the token can work or whatnot. But they never get there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so it's like having, a game is a live service product, and a token is a live service product, and they both like to end up taking so much demand and resources in time and energy and money in from the team. And that's also where many projects have struggled in the past. But we could go on for hours talking about that.
Yeah, but I think I can make some descriptions about the point you mentioned, and
Yeah.
I think you get a very good point. That is, the token generation event is never easy for most game teams. I would say my approach is that I have actually very little expectations. When you have very little expectations, then everything is getting easier.
Hmm.
And how I say that is that Sonium is actually a very good partner because
Yes.
they never push teams that you have to you have to launch your token
Mm.
as fast as possible, or
Hmm.
something that you should do some on-chain events and push a lot like that. No, they they actually ask for better UI UX first,
Mm.
and you will need to uh, tell you users what your games is doing, and how you play the game, so you can see they actually their marketing is actually doing quite good, that tell players to play, not
Mm.
just go and grab some tokens, so lots of token hunters or airdrop hunters come.
That's great.
So so I think the point for me is that I'm still learning. That's the main point, and I never actually know what a good TGE would look like.
Yeah.
So so you got the point. That is the if I just launch the token, it's probably a failure one again.
Yeah.
So 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 I'm actually just thinking about that, how I can bring the gameplay to a certain level, and
Mm.
LHEXA is actually some for me is actually some social experiment
I
that
love that.
that no card games trying to let your card build as powerful as possible,
Mm.
because it will actually face a core question, that is, you will have numerical inflation, and
Yeah.
that is very hard to control in these kind of games.
Hmm.
But we kind of find some ways to control that. So I'm not afraid about that. What I'm thinking about is that how do I bridge casual gamers to
Right.
more to hardcore. So if they actually feel like they own some assets, and they are good, and they're feeling good with their cards, and they become mid core gamers. So so for me, that is the what I'm challenging. Yeah.
Well, I love that. That's a great next question. How are you? What not only like so you guys launched in April, relaunched, right? How has that been going? You mentioned earlier, up to 30,000 players, which is very manageable with your server costs now. And how are you thinking about going to market, attracting players, kind of balancing, what you're doing with Startail and Sonium, but then also attracting, traditional gamers. I'd love to hear your perspective on this.
Oh yeah. And first thing is that we are trying to make the game uh, more more innovative. That we
Right.
try to as you can see, if you actually play the game, it's actually basic an idle game.
Yes.
It's a most of the time it's an idle game. So, but the idle thing is the heroes. So
Hmm.
you can treat those heroes like potatoes or carrots, and
Hmm.
uh, and they're actually growing on the farms, and so for some time you harvest the experience.
Hmm.
they get EXP and they go up. So then you bring your best tomatoes and carrots to the battle, and
Hmm.
then you fight Ascarian like this kind of boss. So it's actually a combination of some quite I would say quite innovative gameplay that you can never find it in other games. You like I said, you can actually learn all the skills a card that possibly can have.
Hmm.
And for a card that have too many skills, you we develop a customization function that you can turn off some skills and make that card the every time going to the battle having different combinations of skills. So the main
Hmm.
part is actually is the skills. The skills stand a very strong point in the battle. And
I, I
then we
I
have
love that. I'll just call it real quick. Sorry, Sakura.
yeah
The codex on your site is very, very good. In the West Coast or in what America usually kind of call these like wiki pages or the docs or the white paper. But I was going through yours, the codex, and it's very good. There, everything that you would
thank you
want to
thank you
know or need to know about the game is here from the quest. I'll just share maybe from this perspective so people can see. You've got the story and the world, everything from being a summoner to the world progress. Obviously, you've got your home and your profile, kind of like how it works from daily check-in to the bingo to the jukebox. I mean, there's a lot here that we're not going to have time to get into, but you've got the whole breakdown on the adventurers and the cards and the races and the classes and elements and rarities, um, energy, quests, the battles, the PvP, the economy, the tokenomics, and then, of course, as you were saying, really the skills is like a very core piece of the gameplay element.
yeah
Everything is explained here, different crystal types, the leveling costs. So it is very clear that El Hexa is a game with a lot of depth, a lot of time and
yeah very
thought,
very
did go into this, so there's an innovation here on top of it kind of being these idle RPG, Genshin Impact kind of games. So really, yeah, massive respect to that. But anything else you wanted to say more on the skills or whatnot, please?
yeah. So as I mentioned and as you mentioned that the system is unique. That is what I would like to say. Just the only one thing is that you have to try it, and then you will eventually find the the fun
Yeah.
in the system because every gamer like to accumulate something.
Yeah.
So what we accumulate is a tomato, and the tomato grows bigger and bigger and stronger and more skills, and then you can eventually imagine that it can possibly be very tough.
Hmm.
You can tap your tomato to a level that is initially you think is impossible.
Right.
So so when you have a lot of strong tomatoes and carrots and you are thinking about who I should bring them to battle and what is the combination because you have choices. The point is that everyone is very strong, but with a strong hero, if the combination is not correct, which I mean is that like you know Freeland, right? That she has a lot of magic, but what she should use in the battle, that's the point. That's what you are going to think. And so for the game that you mentioned that we spend a lot of time to organize the codex and it is still ongoing work. that we need to make the codex more clear, and maybe a new search function because the codex is growing bigger and bigger. Yeah. So we actually want to bring the game that combination of many innovative systems in the game. So every time we are trying to develop a new gameplay mechanic, and we are always thinking not to copy other games mechanism. So the game is never some tap games, and
Yeah.
or some copycat of other games. So
Yeah.
you can see very little shadows of other games.
Mhm.
Everything I can say that every game system in the game is quite unique. So you are hardly to find it from other games or similar gameplay of other games.
Well,
But
so
at the same time, you will need to try to make the game understandable. So that's the challenge our team had. Yeah.
sure. I mean, yeah, I think, having a great game is a big part of it, right? But how are you guys thinking about, marketing or, various other communities, or activations or campaigns, the players that you are finding, how are you guys finding them? I'm very curious what kind of, like, you know, East Asia marketing kind of looks like, or what that, yeah, just more on that.
Yeah, yeah. You got the point again. So marketing is never easy for our team. That is, I would say, marketing is the weak point of our team, and that's a sad story because current game market or I like everything. Marketing is almost everything of a product, and recently it is the issue is even bigger because production is getting easier because of AI or something. So marketing is getting harder and harder. So what we are doing is that trying to make a good game because production is the strong point of our team. But
Mhm.
we are actually thinking like participating more events like this and talk with many influencers more. But currently we are focusing on supporting Sonium and the Startail team, and
Mhm.
I'm always we are always we are always open to any collaborations and all the opportunity that if anyone would like to cooperate with, we are actually very open to any kind of collaboration. Yeah.
I love
So
that. What's the best way to
yeah.
get in contact with you if someone wanted to do that? Is it just going through the the El Hexa Twitter account, or I don't know if your information's out there? How would someone get in
Yeah,
contact?
it's very easy. You can actually go through X and DM the X or go to Discord our Discord channel
Got
and
it.
send file something. It's actually many people filing something to me in
Right.
Discord channel, and
Got it.
yeah. So you'll find the link like the little link there. So there will be many useful links to contact us. So I think
Perfect.
it's very easy to contact us because we have a dedicated Discord channel.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Perfect. Secura, what is next for you and El Hexa? What is coming down the pipeline? Are there, I mean, obviously in the game, there's different kind of like campaigns and events, and we see the rankings and things like that. Like, what can people look forward to? They obviously can do their daily check-ins. What is, the next few months look like? Anything that people should be excited about or, keep an eye
Yeah,
on?
yeah. So the big event is just ended in uh, May 25, and we are
Mhm.
bringing another big event in a very short future. So the previous one is a fire balls, is a
Mhm.
balls of fire. So the next one will be, of course, another element. Yeah, so it will be completely different mechanism with the first one. So you will experience a hard fight at the start, and we manage to find out how to beat the next boss. And the second that is we are we are having we already have a season zero PvP you can find in the quest. So the PvP we are collecting players test PvP data, and we are going to bring season one PvP rules and the rewards for players in a very short future. So the the PvP season one will be a very new gameplay section of the game. So after that, uh, more NFT minting and card NFT minting. Yeah. So that's all on our homepage, and we have a roadmap on homepage, and we have the chef system and the crafter system is under development too. Yeah. But since we get more feedbacks from the market and from the players, and we also have many new thoughts according to the numbers because we have a lot of players now, so we can collect many player behavior from the server. So the new system is actually something get redesigned or something get rethink and for the for the core for the core perspective we are going to bring them more innovative and try to make it always innovative. So so in the very short time, I conclude this that the new PvP season will be coming, and there will be completely new boss for fight, and then we will get something not related to battle like chef and crafters. Yeah,
Amazing. there you
great.
have it. That's very exciting. Sakura, you've been amazing. Thank you so much for your time. Is there anything that we did not cover that maybe you want to mention? But we kind of covered, I mean, at least as far as I'm aware, we covered so much. You can get in contact through the Twitter account or join the Discord. Bunch of exciting events. The new element, I want to guess that it's like water based. If the last one was fire, I feel like it'd be water, but it's okay. We'll stay tuned for that. Um, Obviously, the game is on Startail, Telegram. All of the links are easily accessible on your Twitter. Oh, hold on, click the
Yeah.
wrong button. There we go. In the link tree there. So really incredible. But I mean, anything else that you want to just shout out or share as we close out here?
Yeah, so we always encourage you to play the game, and since the Soulbound NFT has not yet minted completely, so you always have a chance to obtain it.
Yeah.
You can click the ranking. You click the ranking, and you can see other players having the portraits.
Uh,
Yeah, the ranking.
Rankings
Yeah,
here.
yeah. Just click the banner.
Okay. Yep. Right there. Yep.
Yeah, so you can see the NFT and the portraits player have. So
Yeah. Pretty cool ones.
you can always obtain this before it is completely sold out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So we encourage every player to play the game
That's
actually,
alpha.
and then
That's
yeah.
alpha right there. Subasa's in the
So
chat saying that he's trying to learn the game right now. Subasa, I don't know if you saw the codex, on their website. Here, I'll drop the codex into the Blaze chat there. So you might want to check that out, get some pointers, get some tips. But definitely Subasa, get that NFT, man, because very low supply, 777, still available to get. But might not be available for too long. So anyone else who's watching, could be some good alpha, Fresco, Doji, AE, free to play, and you could get that. So that's really awesome. And I mean, I think that's the best thing that you can say. It's like, hey, play the game. Game's there.
Yeah. Play the game.
Yeah. Awesome, guys. Well, that's gonna do it for today's. Oh, sorry, Secure. Were you gonna say something?
I think it's almost everything.
Beautiful. Yeah. Well, that's going to do it for today's interview, Secure. We're just going to close out real quick here. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Subasa, you're a legend as always. Fresco, AE, Ice and Dark, NFT Heli, Mount Doji. Always appreciate y'all pulling up. Doji pulled up in the Twitch chat today, which he usually pulls up in the YouTube chat. So don't think I didn't notice that. Shout out to us on Twitch where we started. We've got an exciting week planned today. This week, if you guys didn't see the calendar, of course, today we spoke with Sakura. Tomorrow we'll have Matthew from Anomaly. On Thursday we'll have Federico from Heroes of Hekanos, and then on Friday we're having a very fun game night in the Sylphie Academy. Giga Chad Bat. We're going to be giving away some money, playing a bunch of games, and it should be a bunch of fun. Huge shout out to Blaze and YGG, the partners that make this show possible. And thank you once again to Sakura and El Hexa. Guys, go play the game. Go check it out. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much. Have a good one.